In this video, I'm sharing 4 more harsh truths you need to hear if you're in your 40s, 50s, or 60s. If you're new here, hi, I'm Vicky. I'm a former healthcare operations leader with 30 years experience in healthcare administration and 4 decades of caring for my elderly family members. On this channel, I share my lessons learned to keep you from making the same mistakes they made for not planning for aging. So sit back and get ready for some more tough love. You have more control than you think. Aging on your terms is all about planning for the life you want to live, exactly how you want to live it, and building your offensive playbook. Because you don't want to get to the end and be reacting to what life throws at you. And one of the things that people think that they can't control this. And while true, you can't control every single thing in your life, but you can make plans to control what you can control so that when things that are outside of your control hit, you might actually be able to mitigate them with the plans you've already made. I haven't had very many good bosses, but this one, she was a peach. And she gave me this note back in 2018, and it says, always remember you hold the keys. But I'm going to relate this to you and aging and how you hold the keys to that. But can't just hold them, because when you just hold them, you're reacting. You got to put those keys to use. You got to put that key in that lock, and you got to turn that lock so you can open the door or start your car. Actually, not too many cars now have keys, unless you have one like I do, which is 24 years old and you need a key. Anyway, you get the point. Think of the keys as your abilities. And you have the ability to create plans for your life. Who can help step in and take care of you when you can't? Get your house ready for you for every phase of your life. Start making those financial plans to do whatever the heck it is that you want to do, and make sure that your family is covered. You also have the ability to then take those plans and put them into action. You don't want to wait until tomorrow and be on the defense, because if you wait until tomorrow, when life throws you a curveball, that curveball could hit you in the head so hard it could knock every ability that you had right out that ear, and you're not going to be able to react. Please take this serious, because it's your life that hangs in the balance if you just hold on to those keys. And most of the stress that comes in our lives and we don't realize is those stressors are a waste of our time. Worrying about slight financial fluctuations, worrying about politics, worrying about the news, worry only robs you of the joy that you could have today. And my in-laws stressed about everything. And I will give you some funny ones. One, their TV. Their TV was probably as old as me, and it was losing its color. You couldn't hear it anymore, and it had a line right down the middle. But my father-in-law couldn't replace it because he was stressing that the second he replaced that TV, a newer TV would come on the market. So he would rather watch a TV that wasn't working than to replace it because something better might come down the line. The other item was that 1958 refrigerator, who, when the repairman told them 10 years past he couldn't get parts for it anymore, they needed to get a new one. They just could not pull the trigger to get a new one because they don't make them like that anymore. And that refrigerator had actually turned into an AC. It had no seal around the door. You walk by it, you feel all the cold air, but for them, I can't replace it because everything today is junk. And they were stressing about having to replace it. And so we just basically took that stress off of them and we just replaced them. And all of their fears just completely went away once they didn't have to make that decision. But if you go through life stressing, you are robbing yourself of the joy that for probably 2 years, they could have been enjoying a really, really nice TV. And definitely for 10 years, they would have enjoyed lower utility bills from not, refrigerating the entire kitchen. My father-in-law actually told us, hey, my electricity bill has been, a lot lower since you replaced all of our appliances. So he was stressing, and we took that stress away, and then he was happy. But just think of how much happier and how much sooner that happiness would have reared its head if he would have just given in. Hey there! If you haven't already done so, now would be a good time to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. The other harsh reality is your desire for more will never end. And if you're always trying to keep up with the Joneses and accumulate stuff, you're robbing yourself of the life that you could be living with your connections, your family, and living a more simple life. And we fell into this trap too. We thought we needed to have the big, giant 2-story house. But to get the house that we could afford, we had to move far away from our family, actually about 40 miles. And if you live in California, that's about an 8-hour round trip when you want to go visit someone. So we realized that that house was robbing us of our joy. We had the big, beautiful house that 2 people lived in, and nobody came to visit because we were so far away and it was so far for us to get to them. So when we realized this and we came back home and we downsized from what society expected us to be or keeping up with the Joneses, our lives became more full and more rich. And it also set us up better for being able to age in this home, a home that is all on one level, that's small enough that we would be able to maintain versus, this 2-story McMansion out in the middle of nowhere. So you want to dial that down and really look at your priorities as you age to see what's going to make you happiest. Is it stuff? I don't think so. It's going to be those connections and being able to have a home that you can grow old in. Money isn't the only way to leave a legacy. So most people think that if they don't leave money or stuff, something of monetary value behind for their loved ones, then they failed in this life. And that couldn't be further from the truth. And that's why I really resonate with this quote from Peter Stoppel. Legacy is not leaving something to people, it's leaving something in people. As I mentioned before, my in-laws, they battled us, for years about trying to make their house safer. Not only was it for old people, but they didn't want to hurt their resale value. Like, really? You want to live in this house until you die. Why are you worried about resale value? Why aren't you trying to make this house safer and more comfortable for you? But nope, we won't be able to sell this house. So they spent a lot of time fighting with us for a gain, a monetary gain that they would never reap the benefits of. And in talking to our friend, a realtor, about, resale value, just to have that conversation so that he could help them understand, you need to stop worrying about resale value and you need to start making your house comfortable and safe for you, because anyone who buys your home is going to want to make changes, especially these old homes where you've been living in it for 60, 70 years. No one's going to come in and want your 1920 style bathroom. They're going to want to make it their own. And flash forward or flash backwards, actually, to when my husband and I bought our first new home, and I mean brand spanking new. We watched it being built from the ground up. And even we changed that house. It was brand new, never been lived in. And we came in remodeling kitchens and bathrooms and changing paint colors. Everyone's going to want to walk in and put their stamp on your home. Don't put off making your home safe for you, having it meet your mobility or your inability to be mobile for some monetary gain that maybe your heirs will get. That shouldn't be your end goal. I know we all want to leave a legacy, but I'd rather have a legacy of you being around and having memories with you than, oh, wow, great, they fell in the shower and didn't put grab bars in because they were trying to save me money, and have me, walk away with this huge, giant windfall. By confronting these truths, you set yourself up to live a happier, healthier, less stressful life. So the moral of the story is, don't put off planning for aging because aging is not going to put you off. Whether you plan for it or not, it's going to rear its ugly head. So you're better off making the plans you need so that you can age on your terms. And if you need help in getting started, check out this playlist where I walk you through the documents that you need to set up in your estate plan to help you age on your terms. If you made it this far with me, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you over there.